Hey, Sean here with another quick hit. I'm going to try to be quick on this one. I want to wrap up Madame Web. To be honest, I don't want to talk too much about Madame Web. It is a great movie to teach from because it's a wonderful example of a whole lot of things not to do. Now, the problem with Madame Web isn't necessarily that they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how to put it all together. There was somebody there who said, oh, we need this, throw it in there. We need this, throw it in there. We need this, throw it in there. One of the things that they said they need, which I'm sure is coming from producers, this usually doesn't come from writers, it comes from producers, is our audience is stupid. Make sure we over-explain everything before it has value in the story. We see that a lot, definitely does here, and that's usually a producer note. Of course, you should never write a movie where you think your audience is stupid. The other couple of things in there is they said, oh, we need something that bonds all these girls. So they threw in a scene where the three girls are taught how to do CPR, which is great. Our Madame Web is a EMT, so this is something that she knows how to teach them. It's a useful skill in life. The problem is that it doesn't fit where it's being done. Madame Web has been having visions where she's watching Ezekiel snap the necks of these three girls. And so she says, oh, I know what I need to do to get you ready for this is I need to teach you CPR. That is a total bogus move because if you snap a neck, it doesn't matter how much CPR someone gives you. And she's reacting because she's been poisoned, but that's not what's going to affect the girls. And when are you going to be in the middle of a battle where this guy's running around snapping necks, where the three girls can stop and do CPR? Now, of course, they're going to do it later because that's the whole point of it, is that it's a setup, but it's poorly placed because it does not align with the rest of the story. So let's jump ahead to when they do it. Again, this is a scene after the climax. Madame Web is now dead and needs CPR. So the girls come in and they do the CPR. Now, the question is, why is that scene there? Typically, the scenes that happen after the climax are the scenes that show that the characters have actually changed. This is Scrooge buying dinner for his Clark and going to his nephew's house, right? What can we do that proves that we have changed, that our character has grown? And these three, who have been together now for half of the movie, 3/4 of the movie, without fighting amongst each other, or really haven't not bonded, are now bonding together. Well, they've already done that. They proved that in the battle. So it's not putting the character forward. So they have a scene that is helping to connect the characters, that is just in the wrong place. And they have a scene that shows their growth that doesn't show their growth. The other thing they do is, we need a flashback so that Madame Web can figure out the information that she has. So she goes down to Peru and she gets the flashback. Problem with the flashback is that 95% of the flashback is information the audience already has. So the audience this is like popcorn time, go refill your popcorn, or this is the pee break time, because there's going to be absolutely nothing there for the audience. It's all there for the character. Now, there's several ways they could have fixed this. Number one is we didn't need that opening at all. This is when we could have found out. This is when the audience could have found out, oh, that's what happened to her mom. But it was done in a way that did not take the audience into account. And what do we learn? We learn she finds out why her mom went on this trip and that her mom doesn't hate her. Never quite understood why she would think that her mom hated her anyway, and it never affected the plot. This is somebody saying, oh, she needs character growth. I know, let's pretend that she can't get over her mom hating her, and this is where she's going to have her growth. But the problem is that her mom hating her doesn't affect the plot at all. It doesn't affect her at all. In fact, we have to be reminded of it. She has to say in the flashback out loud to her mom, why do you hate me so much? Because if she doesn't say it, the audience is going to be going, why are we, the scene's here because of that. I forgot about that, right? Even the makers of the movie knew that we were going to forget about that. So again, it's not something that's essential. Any character growth needs to be essential to the story, essential to the arc. If you can strip away the growth and throw on any other growth that you want, then it's not doing service. So it isn't that Madame Web didn't have somebody going, we need this kind of a scene, we need this kind of a scene, we need this kind of a scene. They didn't know how to connect them all. They didn't know how to put them together in a unified package. They didn't know how to do them in a way that actually moves the story, the characters, and the theme forward. So it's not enough to have the right pieces. This is where the people who say, I hate formula, are absolutely correct. Formula doesn't work. Form does. Don't go to the extreme of saying we don't need scenes like this at all. Just don't think that if you plug in A, B, and C, suddenly you have a great movie. You need to know the math is not just because they're there, they will work. It's because of how they're blended in, how they're put in. Think through the whole movie, every scene. Ask yourself, why is it here? Does it fit within what we are doing. This has been another longish quick hit.